What is your weakest trait, according to your zodiac sign? Before we begin this article, we'd like to say that we aren't trying to make anyone feel bad about their shortcomings. We simply want to help each and every person blossom and grow into the best version of themselves, and that takes learning about your weaknesses as well as your strength. With that said, we want to talk about each zodiac sign's main weaknesses, so that you may become aware of them and learn to nurture them. Once you know about your weaknesses, they might just turn into strength if you can use this knowledge to your advantage. Aries. Aries at the ram doesn't really enjoy anyone else being in charge except for them, because they like to take their reins whenever possible. While Aries are natural-born leaders, they can sometimes get carried away and not really listen to the input of others. When an Aries doesn't get their way, you might want to get out of their way, as they have very short fuses. Aries also tend to make decisions without thinking them through all the way, and can seem overly aggressive and irritated easily. Taurus. Taurus are very stable and reliable sign, can also become set in their ways and not willing to change or grow when necessary. They love sticking to what they excel at, and don't really try new things in life for fear of failure. They have quite a bit of pride, so this is partially why they enjoy staying in their comfort zone. They find something they do well at, get into routine, and may not see other options or opportunities that come their way. Taurus, the bull, can be very bullheaded, and did so if you want to pursue them into something, you will have to exercise extreme patience. Gemini. Gemini, you confuse ours and excite ours all at the same time. It does appear as a thought you have split personalities, and you never can seem to make up your mind. Though that makes you interesting and keeps us guessing, which keeps us coming back for more. You always have something to talk about, though sometimes it seems that though you don't listen, you flit from one thing to another, much like to butterfly, but can't seem to stick with one thing, idea or belief. You constantly change your mind, and that makes it hard to keep up with you. You are ever-changing, like a chameleon, but you stand out rather than blend in. You are a mystery to us, Gemini, and maybe even to yourself. Geminis tend to never feel quiet, settled in life, probably because they can't make up their minds as to what they are even after. Cancer. Cancers have beautiful, sensitive, gentle souls, but their powerful emotions often take hold of them so much that they paralyze them completely. Cancers have a lot of problems with self-esteem, and many times look to others for approval or recognition. Cancers need a lot of nurturing and coddling, and this can feel overwhelming for partners, close friends and family. Cancers have a lot of love to give, but sometimes they put others' needs before their own. Cancers can also change moods at the drop of a hat and very prone to anxiety and depression. They also tend to be pessimists and idealists at the same time. They don't have much faith in the world, because it doesn't look like the imaginary one they've created in their minds. Cancers also are prone to laziness and procrastination. Leo. As a fire sign, Leo is constantly on the go. Leo loves to have the spotlight, but sometimes they forget to let others have their time to shine. Leos have a lot of pride, and this arrogance can rub people the wrong way. Leo, the lion, also tends to get stuck in their own way of doing things, which makes them seem inflexible and rigid. They don't really like listening to others' input, because they know best. Leo's self-centered nature can also make it hard for them to form lasting relationships with others. Virgo. Virgos have overly analytical minds, which can serve as either a strength or a weakness. They love to crunch numbers and figure out the why behind everything. But mulling over the same problems trying to find solutions make them prone to worry and anxiety. They also are prone to OCD, as they need to have everything a certain way and get thrown off balance when things go awry. Virgos also have very old souls, and this makes them liable to work too much and play too little. They also tend to criticize themselves and others very harshly, which makes it difficult to form bonds with others. Libra. Libra, a naturally calm and peaceful sign, can turn on you just like that if you do or say something they don't like. Although, rather than actually confront you about a problem, they give you the silent treatment or show passive-aggressive mind because they hate conflict. However, people don't always like being the peacemaker, which means if Libra doesn't learn to face problems rather than avoiding them, they could lose friendships. Libras also tend to carry grudges, which further complicates their problem of writing people off and avoiding conflict whenever possible. They can focus too much on the bad in their life instead of putting their energy into all the good happening. Scorpio. Scorpio can be very loving and spontaneous, but at the same time, their jealousy and distrusting nature can put a damper on romantic relationships and friendships. And don't ever get on their bad side, because they will plot revenge to teach you a lesson and attempt to get even. Scorpios often keep to themselves because of their trust issues and have a hard time getting close to others because of these. They have very deep emotions but really don't show them much due to not wanting to feel vulnerable. Sagittarius. Sagittarius are natural-born explorers. They get bored easily, which makes it hard to complete any project. They had authority and being told what to do, and often make up their own rules in life. This can get them into trouble quite easily if they don't learn some middle ground. Sagittarius also have no filter and can come across as rude or tactless depending on who they are. Sagittarius are very impatient as well and will leave a project if it isn't going their way. They need lots of freedom and space to roam, which can make them seem aloof and flighty at times. Capricorn. Capricorns can work themselves to death and forget how to take care of themselves and just play sometimes. They have an obsession with the status and money because these two things represent stability and success in life, two things they greatly desire and work hard to maintain. Capricorns tend to brag a lot about their jobs or accomplishments, which can drive people away from them. They have problems opening up to others and tend to think of themselves as superior to most people. However, they have deep-seated insecurities and actually fear the opinions and thoughts of others. Therefore, they have a bad habit of talking over other people and only discussing facts rather than opinions. They also are pessimistic and expect the worst-case scenarios in any situation. Aquarius. Aquarius are another difficult sign to understand. On one hand, they make great friends due to their conversational skills and diverse interests. However, they have a hard time with expressing emotions, which can make it hard to keep friends or partners around. They deeply despise anything too boring or conventional and have an absolute thirst for adventure and travel. However, this makes it hard to stay grounded and focus on responsibilities and chores. They are simply part of life in today's world. Aquarius can seem aloof because they stay in their own little world rather than joining the one happening all around them. Pisces. Last but not least, we have Pisces, the emotional, sensitive, whimsical water sign that loves creative expression and helping others. Pisces, like Cancers, can let their strong emotions get the best of them. However, Pisces can also go out of their way to help someone but forget to nature and pay attention to themselves. They also have problems facing reality and wish to escape from it in any way possible. If they can't find a creative outlet, this desire to escape can lead them down a dark path if they aren't careful. Due to their turbulent emotions, this makes them prone to anxiety and depression if they can't learn to even out their feelings a bit.